Have you ever found yourself in the situation where you're up at midnight, you're scrubbing the grout in the tile that makes up your countertop with a toothbrush, and you realize, I am really irritated? Or you try closing the door to the kitchen cupboard, but the hinge is kind of janky, and the finish on the edge of the door, it wore out a few years ago. Or the tile floor is cracked, or the finish on the wood floor has worn off, or there's a nice traffic pattern across the carpeting that no matter how many times you vacuum it or try to keep clean, it's always there. These are things that I call micro irritants. So a micro irritant is a thing in your house that kind of drives you bananas, but it's not a big deal thing, it's a little deal thing. You're not going to just sell your house because your kitchen countertops are made out of tile. You're not going to sell your house because the floors need refinishing. But you start adding up all those micro irritants, and pretty soon you're majorly annoyed. Well, that's really a signal. That's telling you it's time. It's time to consider renovating or remodeling or redecorating, or maybe moving. But even if you had to move, you'd have to deal with those micro irritants first. What I'd like you to do is to look around your home and start thinking about, do I have a lot of things that irritate me? Interestingly, your micro irritants, if you have a partner at home, could be different than theirs. So that's where a lot of conflict can come in too, because if you've got one person who's spending most of their time in the kitchen versus another person who's out working in the garden, who's going to be more irritated by the grout on the kitchen countertop? Well, that's probably a topic for another day, but for today, I just want you to think about micro irritants and think about your own home and look at it and just make a list. Do you need a designer? Is it time to talk to a contractor or a realtor and put it up for sale? What's going on in your home?